5. The patrol grabbed my wrist and pulled me toward him. He twisted my arm and pushed my sleeve up. His eyes widened. Impossible. I pulled my left arm back, instinct taking over, but he held fast, staring at my 8-digit death day. Spots appeared at the periphery of my vision. Blinking furiously, I fought to stay upright. But it was no use, his hold was too strong. I used my right hand to steady myself. At once, the realization washed over me. My right hand, it was free. Without a second thought, I reached into my coat pocket. My fingers closed over the handle of my black dagger, my 10-day object, and I buried it into Ito's forearm. The patrol's piercing scream reverberated in the alley as he doubled down, releasing my arm. Blood oozed out of his injury and tinted the graying snow a deep red. Ito let out a deep, visceral growl, his face contorted. I tried to make a run for it, but he lunged at me, pinning me to the ground and knocking the wind out of me. Groaning, I struggled to breathe. Through the haze that clouded my mind, one single thought surfaced. I was still holding my dagger. Gripping its hilt tightly, I slammed it into the patrol's temple. He swayed and fell forward, collapsing on top of me. He lay completely still. Knockout. At least I hoped it was. My stomach churned. Using the last of my waning strength, I rolled him off me and bolted down the alley, not daring to look back. My heart hammered in my chest and my lungs fought for oxygen, still reeling from Ito's blow. Once he recovered, would he remember my fake name? My face? Ito would search for me, I felt it in my gut. He would raise the alarm with the other patrols, and he'd go after me. My death day branded me, and I'd be stalked like a deer as long as I lived. Instead of celebrating me for surviving past my death day, they'd hunt me down. Or worse, they'd hunt down my family. I balled my hands into fists, my knuckles white around the sleeves of my coat. No, I wouldn't let that happen. I swore I'd do everything I could to protect Mom and Louis. After a few miles I slowed, sunk to the ground, and let out a low breath. That was way too close. Night was falling fast, I had to find shelter before all the lights went out at curfew. The patrols would be making their nightly rounds, and I sure as hell wouldn't risk another run-in with them. If I wasn't in danger before, I sure was now. I wasn't safe anywhere. A fugitive in my own city. I had no choice but to go beyond the edge. I couldn't risk being discovered again. Mom was right. The patrols didn't show mercy. I'd experienced that firsthand. Mom had told me to find someplace safe, but it was too dangerous to move again tonight. I tightened my resolve. I'd go past the edge at first light. A cat with brilliant black fur peeked its flat snout out from behind a fallen container. Its yellow orb-like eyes, with slits for pupils, shone like a pair of lanterns through the dying afternoon light. We locked eyes, and for a moment neither of us moved. The cat pushed off its hind legs and sprung onto the nearest ledge, and it was gone. I stared after it for a moment, before a hint of brown on the ledge where the cat disappeared caught my eye. A slight rustle, then silence. I froze, my entire body tense. Someone was up there. I slowly tilted my head upward, not wanting to make any sudden movements. My scalp prickled. And then I saw them, a pair of hazel eyes beneath a shock of dark curly hair. I was being watched.